On today's video, we had some upgrades done to our camp sauna stove, and now Scott and I are going to put it back in the sauna. Get things steamed up a little bit here. Hey there, outdoor YouTubers. Okay, so our sauna stove at the camp has been a good functioning sauna stove for about 15 years for us now. But we really weren't getting the full performance out of the stove that we thought we should be getting. Let me explain. So our sauna stove has a water tank off to the side, and it's attached to the sauna stove with radiator hose. The hoses are connected up to this small pipe that goes inside the firebox of the stove itself. The wood fire heats up the water in that small piece of pipe inside the firebox of the stove. The hot water rises and cooler water replaces it. That water heats up and rises, and slowly you get this circulation of the cooler water in the tank being heated up by the wood fire and circulating back into the tank. And after a while, the water in the tank will become very hot. And this did work with the old version of the stove. But because the pipe inside the firebox was so small, it took a lot longer to heat the water in the tank up than it really should have. Now, a while ago, I did do a video on our sauna and our sauna stove and how we use it out here at the camp. And I'll leave a link below if you want to check that video out. But back to our upgrade. We wanted to add a much bigger section of pipe to the inside of the sauna stove. That way we can get a lot more heat transfer from the wood fire to the water in the tank. And that'll cause the water in the tank to heat up a lot faster. So we called up our buddy Greg for this job. Now, Scott and I do a little welding ourselves, but Greg has a lot better equipment and a lot more skills when it comes to a job like this. So give us a minute here to get that stove back in the sauna, and I'll show you what we got. Now, the main objective for this part of the job is to not drop the sauna stove on your foot. So the upgrade is we have these pipes coming out the back of the sauna stove, and they're connected to a much longer length of pipe inside the stove. But first things first, we'll get that sauna stove back in the exact right position and get that chimney pipe hooked back up.
Give it a little bit. Okay, nut.
Okay. Is there room?
Perfect. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We're good. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So this has to get turned so these marks line up for the screw. But we got to hold. One of us got to hold this, and one of us got to turn it.
Yeah.
It's Streamlight headlamps down there.
Okay.
And yeah, just needed to be
grabbed her, eh?
Yeah, I just grabbed it for $1.25.
Nice. Okay. Hey archery hunters, be sure to stop by Camaro's Crawlers and check out Ronnie Camaro's full selection of used arrows. And if you need to purchase your Michigan deer hunting license, be sure to stop by Camaro's Crawlers and Ronnie Camaro will direct you to a store that sells hunting licenses. Camaro's Crawlers has all your hunting needs covered. And now we can hook the tank back up. And of course the rocks got to go back on top of the sauna stove. Those rocks add a lot more surface area for when you're throwing water on the sauna stove to make some steam. So this was the old setup. Pipes came out of the side of the sauna stove, and like I showed you earlier, they were just attached to a very small piece of pipe inside the sauna stove. And here's the new version. Like I showed you earlier, we've got a lot bigger pipe inside the firebox of that stove. We're going to get a lot more heat transfer to the water in the tank. And because the pipes come out of the back of the sauna stove, now we can push that tank back a little further, and that just gives us a little bit more room inside the sauna. Now with that job done, Scott and I could take a little break.
But that was a big deal to me when I went to the fair to like,
At that time,
it'd be great to just have rolls of quarters and just play all these different games.
Yeah, all day.
And I said the other thing that was fun about the fair that I wish I would have had a lot of money is that's like your once a year opportunity to get a Cheap Trick shirt or a Kiss shirt or you couldn't do it otherwise.
Right.
You know, you just didn't go to the store, you didn't order things online, you know.
You had to either go to a concert somewhere, 8 hours away. Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's crazy to
Yeah.
think like if you wanted a shirt, you couldn't just necessarily get it.
Mm-hmm.
But they had those booths with all those, 75 different Leonard Skinner shirts, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Funny.
But we had one more last little job before we headed out. Scott wanted to harvest a couple cedar posts off the property for a job he had back at his house.
Way better than spending $1 bajillion on 2x4s or 4x4s.
Yeah, a treated 4x4.
Cost you an arm and 2 legs and
Yep.
firstborn child.
All right, guys. Well, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. And also, remember to hunt, fish, laugh, repeat. This is Dave Knetter from Knetter's Practical Outdoors. Hey, thanks for watching and God bless.
Perfect.